Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to do my next BL manga review roundup video. These are the digital titles that came with the Humble Bundle. It was a media do, and it was just a bunch of BL manga. So I'm now into ones where there's it's multiple volumes or chapters or installments. I think all three of these kind of worked out to be basically like a single contained volume of manga, but it just had a bunch of installments that were shorter. So the first of which was Hatchi and slash Ritsu by Sanba Maekawa. This one, amazing artwork on the cover there. I just thought it was so beautiful, the character designs, and this was a really, really good story I quite enjoyed, and it was about these two young men. Now we see them initially; they're in they're in last year of middle school, but that's basically just like a flashback sort of situation, and then we jump to when they are in going into college, and so the two boys. Let me see. Yes, okay, so Hatchi is the darker-haired boy, and they're both from a really, really small town. Hatchi is very rich. His family is very, very wealthy. He, out of nowhere, just leaves for high school to go to Tokyo. Without telling Ritsu why or that he was leaving, he just up and goes to Tokyo for high school, and Ritsu is left behind feeling really dejected and just can't figure out what he did to warrant being basically ghosted by his best friend, and they've been friends since they were infants. And so Ritsu spent his high school days being just bitter and angry about everything, and Hatchi was just nowhere to be found. And so Ritsu finds out where Hachi's going to be going to college and basically applies and goes and attends the same college as him. And this is a story about the two of them kind of reuniting, and you find out why Hatchi left the way that he did, and why Ritsu was feeling the way that he was, and we kind of learn that these feelings that these two didn't really know how to deal with and weren't mature enough to understand at the time, how they kind of broke the two apart without them ever actually talking about things. And it was really, really sweet, and I think it was a really interesting, there's just some artwork, it looks quite nice. It was just a really interesting take on the childhood friends thing, because I know that the million and one stories do childhood friends reunite as they're older, but I think this one was so poignant because we're dealing with these two boys who clearly had feelings for each other but didn't really understand it and didn't know what that meant. And so, one person gets scared and just goes, I have the means to get out of here, I'm going to get out of here. But the reasons why he did it are not what you would think. And I just really enjoyed the kind of progression of learning about these two and why they made the decisions they did. And then seeing them kind of reconcile and come together. Not to mention the amazing friend that Ritsu meets in college, who is just an awesome, sweet human being, and he's so amazing, and he's just kind of befriends both of them and is trying to mediate between the two in a way that's I can see that you both care so much about each other. Why can't you both see that? But yeah, no, I just really, really enjoyed the artwork. I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was really beautifully done. And I think this was the one that was not finished. I don't have all of it. I thought I had all of it, but I don't. So that's unfortunate. But where I did kind of leave off was a good place to stop. So I don't know. I might have to look into trying to purchase more of it in the future. But for now, I really, really enjoyed Hatchi and Ritsu. So the next one is called Your Rhythm, My Rhythm, and this one I think was just 2 parts, and this is another Yugine Kii volume. I think there's been a few of their titles in this bundle that I've read so far. This one I think was just 2 installments, and they're both 34 pages long. So this one was about... Oh, this one was a dancing one. Yeah, that makes sense. This one was just a short, kind of sweet and bit strange one about these two boys. I think they're in high school, and smaller one, for some reason, very obsessed with dancing, wants to dance. He's not good at it. He's taking lessons. He's practicing alone on the roof at school, and the other boy is kind of sees him and just kind of like watches, but also kind of gives him some pointers and like that kind of stuff. But it's just kind of like a comedic thing, but then it has like, of course, traumatic backstory about dance and why I can't dance anymore. That just, for like 60 pages is a whole lot of drama. But I mean, it was funny. It was enjoyable for what it was. I don't think I'll ever read it again, but for what it was a cute little short one. About this kid who just has no rhythm and really desperately wants to dance. So that's always fun. The third and final title that I read for this grouping is called Honey Sword, and it's by Wasou Miyakoshi. This one, again, pretty good art that I quite enjoyed. And this is about Fujimori is the dark-haired boy and Sagamiya is the light-haired guy. They're in college, so another college one. And they're in the kendo club. Now, Fujimori, he quit kendo in middle school because he lost a match and didn't feel good to lose, so he quit. And then he gets to college and he kind of is like standing outside the kendo club like, should I not? And Sagamiya is like, you should, come join. And he has a bit of an ulterior motive because he clearly thinks he's cute and wants to have sex with him. So they are really, really cute together. They're actually both very genuinely sweet. And it's a fun little sports, kendo series about these two pretty guys doing some kendo, and the other club mates kind of watching this romance unfold and being sometimes bitter and also sometimes really happy about it for them. So yeah, it was fun. It was cute. It's always nice to see sports stuff, and it's fun to see a college sports BL. So this one was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed the artwork. There was a lot of like flowery stuff. I like when there's like buildings and things just in the backgrounds, because there's quite a bit of BL that just has very plain, like it focuses just on the characters' faces and just has plain, nothingness in the panels. But this one had quite a bit of nature and different things going on that was quite fun to see. So yeah, it was a fun kendo one. I really actually quite enjoyed it. So those three titles, all of which, again, I am shocked that I've not yet come across a horrible one that I hated. There's been one or two that were like, they're okay. But there hasn't been one of these series yet that I'm like, this is the worst thing ever, and I don't even want to finish it. So pretty, really good deal, because I really didn't know what to expect when I bought this humble bundle. But yeah, there's quite a few titles still left to go, so if you're still on the ride here with me to review these, then thank you for watching, and not sure when the next installment will be, but it'll be at some point, so look forward to that. If you've read these, I'd like to hear your thoughts on them, because I had never heard of them before buying this bundle, so I'm sure that quite a few people have not heard of them. But yeah, thanks for watching.